Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the reunion of Survivor Winthrop Heat Wave! We have a good chunk of the original cast here with us tonight. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. We're going to call them out one by one. First off, we've got Kayla Roberts! Next, give it up for Ronan Diaz! Alright. And next, we got Ronan's Dory Diaz! Next up, Jordan Jones! Next, coming from all the way from Farmington, Jen Hutchinson. It's time for a little somebody. You love him, you hate him, you love to hate him. Mike Hutchinson! Alright, here we go. Jared Martin! Alright, and now getting to our final three. First up, Ashley Gasson! Alright, here we go, our runner-up, Ashley Martin! Certainly not least, I want y'all to make some noise. Here we go. Our winner, Zach Mooman! All right. Thank you all for being here tonight. You might notice not all of the original cast was able to make it. It's been a crazy day, a crazy time of year. A lot of people fell ill, but we will be hearing from selected castaways who were not able to make it. So Zach, first off, I know it's 4 months late, but I have your gift card. $20 to Circle K. I got you this medal from Party City to wear around your neck! And put it on. You're also getting a size medium Survivor Heatwave t-shirt! And lastly, a $75 voucher to Sugarloaf. Just for Survivor, not at all a graduation present. Alright, so it was quite an intense final tribal council we just witnessed. I know the viewers out in this room, we heard some lively reactions. We'll get to you guys in just a second. Now, Zach was definitely a one-of-a-kind player, and going through the footage, we noticed that Zach had this tendency to kind of react before the challenges were even over, whether he was celebrating a little too early when he hadn't even won, or starting to mope when he hadn't even lost. There was also an occasion where he went to high-five someone and nobody else high-fived him. But Zach, this video is dedicated to you. We're gonna take a look.
Her first two knocked out.
Oh!
That was close. Photo finish.
I'm so excited, and I'm so excited. Lose control, and I think I like it.
Got that one right.
Give it up for Zach. He was heart and soul into everything. Which is why, Zach, we want to give you another reward. It's not over yet, but it is for me. Okay. I want to get to some questions here because I am definitely wondering about some things. I'm sure you guys are too. Give it up for me, guys. Now, we have our 4-member Power Alliance sitting right in our front row here, and I gotta give it to you guys, you stuck together no matter what, through thick and thin. Nobody was getting in between you guys. And I noticed going through all the interviews that you guys were giving, you were like, our plan is to get to the Final Four, we're gonna compete in that final challenge, and then we'll see what happens from there. And my question is, what was the plan after that? Did you guys think about that, what you were gonna do?
I don't think we had a set plan. We're just gonna get there and then see what happened, and I don't know.
But what do you think would have happened?
We might have tried for a tiebreaker, see if you had like a tiebreaker challenge or stones or something. I don't know.
Well, let's just, for giggles, let's say Ashley Gassett still won the challenge of the Final Four, and it was going to be Jared, Ashley Martin, or Zach. Who would have been your first option? Don't think, just answer.
Zach.
Oh. Alright. Yeah, it was definitely.
That's been too.
Who would have been your first option? Don't think, just answer.
Ashley.
Which one?
Gassett.
Which one? Gassett?
Yeah.
Wait.
I don't know.
Which Ashley would you have voted for, Martin or Gassett?
To be eliminated.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jared. He's not an Ashley.
He's not an Ashley. Alright, backtracking. I get it. Yes, backtracking a little bit. Now, there were people who fought their hardest to break up these 4. Looking at you, Mike. And it all started when Mike came up with the plan to turn on this alliance and vote out Jared. Now, Mike, my question is to you, what sparked that initial plan to vote out Jared?
Well, I saw how tight Ashley and Jared were obviously not breakable. And so something had to be done in order to break up that alliance. I didn't realize that Ashley G and Zach.
His name is Zach.
Yeah, whatever. We're so tight with these two that they wouldn't turn on Jared or Ashley. So that was the mistake I made in not knowing that alliance was as strong as it was.
It was a crazy turn of events. And as we know, that ended with Jen eventually being voted out of the game. Now Jen, this was way early on in the game. You guys might remember Jen was sent to Exile Island, but rather than going to exile, she got to come hang out in here, and she received the steal a vote advantage, which she never got to use. The question to Jen, was there ever a time that came up when you thought of using that advantage, but just didn't?
No, because I didn't think I needed it at that point. It wasn't until everybody played their immunity idols and so many special things that I was even on the chopping block at that point.
It was unfortunate, but too late to change anything now. Now, speaking of immunity idols, there were some people who tried their darndest to find an immunity token. Well, to start with, we had Kayla and Adam who thought that the golf balls in the front yard were immunity tokens. Kayla, what was the reasoning behind that?
I just felt like there was an awful lot of orange golf balls and they were in random places, and I just felt like there must have been some significance to them.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And of course, Dory.
Yeah, Dory!
I love you. You might remember this was right at the beginning of the game. Dory was looking for an idol. She looks under the cornhole board and fails to see that it's right in front of her. Let's roll that footage. It's right there.
I don't think it was right on the ground.
No, it was.
Oh, it was
I think I was looking
definitely
under.
right there.
I think I was looking for it to be secured onto the cornhole thing, so I was looking at the cornhole and not the grass underneath it. Because I thought that I think I just thought that was too obvious. Clearly.
Now, this wasn't the only time that Dory looked for an idol.
Yes.
Video.
Please show the tree.
Now, this was a pleasant surprise.
Yes.
Here of Ronan's being interviewed.
Is there anything going on that's noteworthy in your eyes?
It seems like the guys are kind of starting to align. I know that Dory and Kayla feel like they're on the outs. So, that seems noteworthy. If you pan the camera over, you can see Dory looking for an idol by herself.
As we mentioned before, it's been a crazy day. People have been getting very sick. Unfortunately, Jessie was not able to make it here tonight, but we have her on FaceTime right here. Say hello to the fans, Jessie. Now, Jessie gained quite the following. Now, Jessie, we just witnessed the tribal council where they left it up to you who you were going to break up out of these four, and you ended up choosing Jared. Now, my question to you, was there any specific reason why you chose Jared out of all of those four?
Well, I chose Jared because I thought he was the most threat, I guess. Because I thought people would pick him to win, since he hasn't played or won before.
That is logic reasoning. Now, looking people who were on the jury, if Jared had made it to that final tribal council, would any of you have voted for Jared? if you had made it to the jury. Jen?
I might have.
Now, there was also very early on in the game, talking about immunity idols, out of nowhere it seems, this rumor arose that Jessie had an immunity idol.
Oh, I wonder the source.
We'll get to that in a second. Jessie, what was your reaction when you found out that people thought you had the idol?
I didn't know if it would help me or get me voted out sooner, so I wasn't really sure how to react.
And you just went with playing it cool, not really giving them any indication. All right.
Yeah.
Well, she made it pretty far. We got to give it up for Jessie. We're going to let her go. Get some rest. Thanks for calling in. You played a great game. It was an honor having you play. Nicely done. Bye-bye. Feel better. Speaking of that rumor of Jessie possessing the token, Kayla, can you tell us how you got to that conclusion?
No, I got to that conclusion because Dory told me.
I did. Okay.
And she was
So
no.
I have to explain.
She came up to me and was like, Jessie has an idol.
Jessie
has an idol.
I was convinced at the time I told Kayla because I had talked to Jessie and she did the Jessie thing where she like turned bright red and was like, I don't know. But by the time we got to the point where Kayla was telling people Jessie had the idol, I knew Jessie did not have the idol, and I was enjoying that she was quietly taking out everybody with getting them fooled that Jessie had it. So my favorite moment was when she's like, Jessie has the idol! She got voted out. So.
Well, some of you still wondered.
That rumor carried like rounds and rounds later. People were still wondering, so we do have to give her credit for that. Yeah. Let's give her a round of applause. Alright, if we go to our next video, again, talking about idols, there was one of the webisodes, after I had finished editing it and everything was all set and ready to go online, I had already uploaded it, and I was watching it with my sister, and she pointed out something to me that I had not noticed at all going through any of this footage. Mind you, when you watch this clip, Kayla has already been eliminated from the game. And she came out on the porch and was observing a conversation happening among the tribe. And she was trying to signal something to Crystal. So if you take a look at this clip.
Because I'm a nice person.
How's it going? Good.
So
Welcome.
when I saw you go, I'm Jen. Wait, is that because you were happy you played your immunity idol?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I better see my name on that.
The best was Jen had no idea you had it. Ashley was like,
I
oh
knew-
yeah, Mike had it.
I knew that. I knew he had it. Like he.
Kayla, what were you trying to communicate to Crystal here?
Point to the cornhole thing. Because Lenny told me that there was one under there.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for her.
So for any future players, I have a rule that, once you've been voted out, you are not allowed to interact with anyone. That's why. That's why. Okay, now speaking of Crystal, she couldn't be here with us tonight, but let's give her a round of applause. Now, it seems no matter what I do, I try very hard to make light of it, but unfortunately someone's got to be voted up first, and sadly this year it was Crystal, who I found out was already having kind of a rough day. And when Crystal was voted out, the outrage from fans was overwhelming. We did receive some hate mail. I'm gonna show it to you, just viewer discretion advised. I think they should have kept Crystal, just saying.
Do you know those people?
I do.
Oh gosh.
But with that in mind, we do, because Crystal got to re-enter the game, and looking at how she played, she still gave it her all, and she was maintaining a positive attitude. Crystal can't be here tonight, but she is receiving our Honorable Mention Award this year. So Crystal, may she rest in peace. I'm going to be seeing Josh tomorrow, so I'll give this to him to give to her. Since she's not here, I'll accept it on her behalf. Wow, this is such an honor. Thank you, Sam. Oh, you're welcome. Okay. All right. Now, going back to Ronan for a second here. Let's give it up for Ronan. Ronan was voted out as soon as Ashley Martin heard that Dory was conspiring against her, according to the footage. Now, Ashley, my question to you, if you knew that Dory was the one throwing your name out there, why vote for Ronan instead of just voting out Dory?
I'm trying to remember the tribe makeup at the time, but I think Ronan was the easier target because Dory was aligned with You were aligned with Becca, and was Jen with us at that time too? I can't remember.
Jordan was on that
Jordan
one.
was. Okay, so I don't know, I think it was just, I somehow got you and Becca to both vote for Ronan.
Yeah, so I was technically aligned with Jordan and Becca, and as I found out after, Becca said she was loyal to me, but not necessarily to Ronan.
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem was they couldn't see the danger that Ashley was, and I think when I
They were
look
being
back,
very vocal about the danger that I was.
You were, but she
and that's
was,
why we had
clearly.
to get I didn't want him to go out.
I think my biggest regret when I look back on the game is I didn't play as social a game as I could have. I was so focused on getting you out, and I could not get anyone to see that you needed to go.
Yeah, but that was the exact reason that I aligned with Ashley, because I needed Ashley and I wanted her to be somebody that would help take me further.
Yeah.
Because I knew she already had a vote, and that was like, okay, if I align with Ashley, I've got 3 now.
Yeah,
That's
but see,
an
either way, it
automatic
didn't work. You made it a little farther, but you're still gone.
Yes.
Question for Jordan, who's eating chips right now. I also want to point out every single video I have of Jordan, he's eating. Whether it was almonds or pizza or... Yeah. Now at that time, Jordan did decide to go with Ashley and vote out Ronan. Was there a particular reason for doing that as opposed to staying with Dory and Becca?
Because I already had a line with Becca that we were going to do Dory next.
Okay. Hey,
Huh.
you never know. You never know.
Too bad Becca's not here.
We will be hearing from her shortly, though. Don't worry. No, Ronan, there might have been an impression that you and Dory kind of wanted to stick together as mother and son. Is that true?
That is not true.
Now, we agreed that as soon as we found ourselves on the same tribe, we agreed that we would align to take out Ashley, and that was it.
I don't remember that.
We both, we agreed
This
for
is
that
news to
moment.
me.
We agreed for that that vote. Like Ashley has to go, and you were
Yeah,
like,
for that
yes,
vote, he was
obviously
like,
Ashley
either
has
me
to go.
or Ashley's going
That's
home,
what
and
I
I'm
mean.
gonna choose Ashley.
That's what I mean. So we had agreed that we would vote together to get Ashley out, but other than that, we were every man for
We
himself.
agreed together during that round, not
I
like
was
before the
totally
game.
willing to get rid of him at any moment.
Ronan, if someone had come to you at that time and said, "Hey, we're gonna vote out your mom," how would you have reacted?
I'd have been like, let's do it, let's get her
Like,
out.
let's get more. Actually, he did say that to me.
I wanted to
No,
get her
I
out.
actually almost thought about doing that
Well-
because I felt bad because the previous year you were like the first one to go on our alliance, and so I was like, oh, maybe I should try and keep him longer.
I'm gonna go back to the Power Alliance for just a second here. The thing I noticed going through these videos, after the sunset, I feel like the gloves came off. It really started when Zach found that item. And as we watch this, we'll see Zach trying his darndest to be subtle about it. And apparently it works.
No one found out.
Apparently it works because absolutely nobody noticed this as it was taking place.
He was squatting in camp all the time.
It was just a normal thing.
You squat enough, but no.
It's like this. Shuffling around.
Oh, he's crying.
The head scratch. The head scratch.
Classic head scratch.
That's like a kid at school.
I'm just gonna pretend I'm scratching my
When you see a one must sit.
And that's how it's done.
One must stay. It is simply logic.
No one really noticed.
So if you didn't know,
Mike, were you
that was done,
suspicious in the least?
wasn't even done.
No, I was honestly
Like, oh, that's
not looking for the idol as much as I was looking at other people. And somehow, I wasn't looking at Zach at that minute. I wasn't looking for an idol at all. I'd kick around stuff, but I was just like trying to keep an eye on people, and I walked within 10 feet of him as he's squatting on the ground.
Don't say it and warn everybody. It's subtle.
I know, I do need to give Jordan some credit because Jordan was the only one in the entire game who ever thought of targeting Zach. He mentioned it right in that round. Give Jordan a round of applause. Now, Jordan, had you not been robbed, as you like to put it, and been voted out with that message in the bottle, did you have a plan going forward, how you would have handled
I
things?
knew I didn't have any chance for like alliances, so I was gonna try to win the contest and get through the individual section of it.
But again, he was the only one who tried to make a play. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I didn't tell you guys what we're going to be doing next year.
Ooh.